Yeah, so my dad said you're recording this one, so.
It is now recording.
Okay, cool.
This is now content, you guys.
Alright. Lizzy, behave. So I'm Zoe. Welcome to Star Wars Geek Girl. I'm here with Lizzy.
Hi.
And our guest today is Steele from, Steele Wars.
Hey, you guys, How you doing?
Good. I just finished finals and I'm so happy.
The final.
Finals. Yeah.
What was the last question you had to answer?
It was something really dumb about math. I don't know. I don't want to remember.
Well, it sounds like you did really well.
No, I did horribly.
Oh.
Anyway. What about you, Zoe?
Well, I finished my finals like 2 weeks ago. Except I actually didn't take the finals because I'm that cool. But yeah.
That makes no sense, Zoe.
I'm sorry.
I finished my finals ages ago. It was more than it was a little ways ago. But look at me now.
They should have finals on Star Wars. I bet Dad and you would ace it.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You'd really hope so. It's I always marvel / get not depressed, but just like that we know so much about this thing that's made up. Like I know so much about Star Wars history, but like I know more about fake Star Wars history than world history. It's crazy.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Someone told me that I thought I was like a really huge Star Wars fan, and then I met you, and now I don't think I'm even close. I'm like, thanks.
Sort of. I used to think I'd wasted a lot of my life on something, but then I met you, and it was clear that I'm on the right path, and you're in a lot of trouble.
It's like half a compliment.
Not even half. 1/4. 1/4. But see, I know the math of compliments, so I obviously learned something at school.
Huh. Yeah. You learned something.
If the Millennium Falcon is traveling to Alderaan at 14 light years per hour, and the Carillion Corvette is, I don't know. Those ones always, I don't like those ones at all. And I always remember that Bart Simpson, he had that question, and he had a nightmare about it, so I feel bad for Bart and every yellow boy trying to work that out.
Alright, so are you guys on the notes?
I have got I'm noted up.
I have the notes.
Last edit was made 2 minutes ago by Anonymous, so let's solve that mystery.
It's Lizzy.
No, I didn't do anything to it yet.
I didn't do anything to it.
Maybe it's your dad. He's always secretly on. Kind of I don't know.
You secretly put the picture of Ezra and
I don't know. It says now
out
it's getting edited now by Anonymous Skunk. What does that even
mean? Oh, that's me.
It was you.
Reveal yourself, Skunk. But that's pretty rad that you that your dad interferes with your Star Wars podcast show notes. I would have a hard time explaining what podcast show notes are to my father. So you guys are living in the golden age with Star Wars dads. That's cool.
It says current viewers. There's an anonymous squirrel, an anonymous skunk, and an anonymous octopus.
It's a kraken.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Since when has there been so many animals on the internet wanting their privacy? It doesn't make any sense.
One time Lizzy was an anonymous Nyan cat, like the little Pop-Tart.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys like the Loth cats on Rebels?
I love
Yes.
Loth Cat.
Amazing.
I am a huge fan because I think Amanda Ward. Do you know Amanda Ward?
Yep.
Yeah, well she's got a bit of a bitter heart, and she doesn't like the Loth cats. She's against them.
Oh,
What?
Yes.
they're so cute.
So don't have her on the show ever. Yeah, I think they're adorable, and I got the little. They had the little teddy bear exclusives at Celebration Europe.
I got them. Yeah, it's amazing. They're so soft and they're so cute, and like they have little. It's kind of weird. They have lumps on their backs, like the muscles. If like in the show, it's kind of creepy, but it's realistic in a way, in a Star Wars way.
Really? I don't know if mine's got lumps. You might have to take yours to the vet.
Maybe.
I just remember. I don't know where mine are now. I've just moved. I just moved to America, and I'm just like, where? I think they're in this apartment. I think I never brought them back to Australia, so I'm going to have to go find them after this to put in my little cabinet. I'm setting up all my cabinet this week, girls. It's very exciting.
Yay!
I've got
Lots of cats everywhere.
I've got to paint 2 more shelves, and then start the arduous process of trying to stand things next to each other. So
That's always fun.
I think I'm going to get a lot of practice with my swear words over the next week. And I live in LA, and this is the thing that is in my head. My paranoid thing is the second I get it all displayed perfectly, there'll be like a tremor, my first ever earthquake, and they'll all fall down. and I won't be. I won't care about anyone's safety or anything. It'll just be that, like, all my figures dominoed.
Just take some painter's tape and just run it along all their feet, because it'll be strong enough to hold them, but it won't mess up the paint in your shelves.
Really? Interesting. Painter's tape, did you say?
Yeah.
So is that like double-sided tape?
No, it's a kind of tape where people put it on the walls when they're painting, so they only paint like a certain spot and they don't get paint everywhere else. But it's like strong enough to hold itself, but it's not gonna like peel your paint off when you take it off or something.
Nice, Zoe.
Good tip.
I have like three Sabine action figures on my desk, and they just fall whenever they want, and I can't do anything about it.
Do you know why they fall whenever they want?
Why?
Because Sabine is an independent woman that does what she wants. So you should be, every time they fall over, you should be proud of her. Just like, you go, girl.
All right.
You don't have to stand up because the man at Hasbro told you to. I just got the Sabine itty bitty. You know, the little teddy bears?
Oh, I want one of those. It looks so cute.
Yeah, but she's got a helmet on, which, I don't know. I would have rated it with the hairdo.
I want the Ahsoka one, too.
I got that as well, in the same box. That's they're my action figures I collect, the little teddy bears.
That's awesome. I want.
My desk is just covered in like pop figures, and they have little stands so they don't fall.
There's like a little shelf that we have above our desks, and we have like I had all the like female Funkos up there, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then Axel's like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then he just put all his Funkos up there, so now it's just a mix of everything.
So you take all the Funkos out of the box?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you keep the boxes?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. How many do you guys have?
That
many, huh?
That's your answer.
How many Star Wars ones do you think there are?
A lot.
Oh yeah, a lot. I don't have any other like. Oh, I have one. It's Belle. I have one Belle Funko, and that's it.
All of mine are Star Wars, except I have Toka and Tracer. The rest are Star Wars.
What are they from?
Toka's from Tokyo Ghoul, and Tracer's from Overwatch.
Ah. I am positive you guys did horribly in your mathematics tests. Because whenever I say how many, you're just like, a lot. What's 64? What's a square root of 72? A lot. Not many. These answers are not good enough.
Calculator to the square root of 72 because it's not an even square.
Why is there a dog now on the show notes?
That would be Lizzy.
No.
So everyone listening, there's a startled dog has just appeared on the screen. And I'm now as startled as he is to see him. So...
Oh, it's a corgi. Of course it's a corgi.
Of course it's a corgi. What else would it be? Other than Hux.
Should be a cat.
And like Kylo.
Should be a cat.
But, you know.
I'm meant to be getting a free Funko at San Diego Comic-Con. Because they tweeted to Pablo Hidalgo. You know, have you seen they've got the holographic glow-in-the-dark Snoke exclusive for Comic-Con?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's sitting on his throne, just chilling, just keeping it real. And they tweeted towards Pablo saying, "Oh, what do you think of this? Our Snoke theory sucks," or something like that. And then everyone started like tagging me in the tweet, and I said, "If you're going to use my catchphrase, I expect a free Snoke exclusive." And they're like, "Come past the booth, but you'll have to listen to our Snoke theory." And I was just like, "Oh, probably not worth it."
Right.
Okay, so now on the show notes, we've got Hera with the deal with it sunglasses on, and it says, "Get wrecked, bro."
That wasn't me.
So what are your guys' favorite Funkos?
Ooh,
Ahsoka.
Sabine.
Alrighty.
What about you?
I'll have to go with the Snoke. The one that I'm going to go to the booth and demand. I'm going to have to like print out the tweet and say, "Look, this is confirmation from your company that you are giving me this exclusive."
Evidence.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to them announcing the itty bitties. What itty bitty exclusives are going to be, because that is my jam. Are you going to Comic-Con, Lizzy?
I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be going to Comic-Con.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You're as mysterious as the octopus that's writing in our show notes.
It's a kraken.
A what?
A kraken.
Ah, okay. I didn't mean to insult him. Sorry. You don't have to change the font in the show notes.
It's Comic Sans!
Wow.
Lizzy did this.
Let's just watch the temper. Let's keep the content.
She doesn't
chill.
She doesn't like Comic Sans. She has hate for Comic Sans.
It's ugly.
It's just a font.
It's not ugly.
Yes, it is. It's weird, and I don't like it.
Well, what else is going on, you guys? Have you guys got video game hype like the rest of the internet?
Oh, for E3?
Playing on the Switch.
Yeah, for the Battlefront and stuff.
Yeah, Battlefront looks really good. I was watching some of the E3 conferences. Yeah, Battlefront was really the only one that stood out to me at all. But they didn't announce anything for Last of Us 2, which is sad.
For which one?
The Last of Us 2. They didn't announce anything for it at E3.
I've never even heard of that video game.
It's really good. It's like zombie apocalypse, but instead of like normal, like just eating brains and stuff, it's like mushroom zombies, like Half-Life.
All right, because we've all gotten pretty sick of those boring old brain-eating zombies. I need mushroom zombies.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We need more zombies. There's not enough.
I saw a video of like Mario like possessing a dinosaur, like a T-Rex. And then
yeah. I've been playing on the Switch a lot lately, and I've been playing Breath of the Wild, and I beat it. It's awesome.
You beat it like 3 times, didn't you?
No, that was another game.
Oh, okay.
That was this week as well. But it's Mario Odyssey, something like that. And yeah, he has like a hat that's alive, and he can possess things now. It's kind of creepy, but in a way, it sounds fun.
The best thing Mario ever did was in, I think it was Mario 3, where he got the little raccoon suit. And
yeah.
And then he could run and do raccoon suit and spin, and he had the little beaver tail. So maybe it was a beaver suit, I'm not sure. But and with the little tail on his tuchus, he could like hit turtles and stuff. And then he could get on Yoshi and ride. And if you had him like in the suit on Yoshi, you were riding dirty, pretty much.
I always like Super Mario 64 when you like go in the paintings and stuff. That was always one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm too old school. Once he started running around in all directions, I was like, this is not my Mario. And then I crossed my arms for the next 15 years. I was disgusted.
They're really good though, and the graphics are amazing.
It looks amazing. It does look amazing. But there's something about just that sideways running thing. Maybe because that was, that's what I grew up on. I used to love playing the Super Star Wars game. And there was like Super Empire Strikes Back and Super Return of the Jedi. And back then there was like hardly any Star Wars stuff coming out. So it was awesome to have essentially like a Mario game but with a lightsaber. Everything's better with a lightsaber, guys.
It's true.
Like if this dog that you posted up had a lightsaber, it'd be way better.
I think my dad would appreciate it. He doesn't appreciate my dog, Bingo.
Oh.
He just hates him. He thinks he's stupid looking. He's not that stupid looking.
How stupid looking is he?
I don't... He just has a stupid face sometimes, but only sometimes.
Okay.
I've never met Bingo, but every picture Lizzie sends, he looks like scared.
So what was it like what was it like you guys meeting at Celebration? That was I thought that was very interesting that you were like internet buddies. And then you met.
Oh. We almost died.
That was our great first meeting. We almost got hit by a car like within seconds of seeing each other.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how did you almost die? Explain.
Well, so they were gonna come over to our like house thing that we had rented and so in Orlando, but me and my dad and I decided to just meet them halfway, and then like lead them to like the house. And so we were walking and then like in the field, and then it's night, and so I look over and I see like a few like figures, and so I just ran over. Because I thought it was Zoe, and it was, thankfully. And then we met halfway in the street, and then we just hugged it out. And then there were a bunch of cars coming.
Yeah, those cars tend to love the streets.
Yeah.
It's like their favorite place.
Well, I wasn't sure because I saw this person running at me. I was like, is that Lizzy? Like, is that really Lizzy? And then she got close and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure that's Lizzy.
Well, that's cool.
You were a small figure.
How did you even meet online?
Lizzy was a guest on the show, and then we were just kind of like, you know what? Let's just do this together every single week.
Ah.
Yeah, but I was terrified of her.
Oh, we all are.
Because... Well, because it was just... She was another teenager, and I was scared of teenagers and people. So, yeah, but then it ended up going great. Right, Zoe?
Yeah.
God, you took a little bit too long to answer then, Zoe.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Great, Zoe, right? Yeah. The bit where we almost died was good. And what were you guys' favorite parts of Celebration?
Ooh. Star Wars Rebels showing.
Screening panel thing.
You mean the bit where you got up on stage in front of thousands of people?
Okay, so I didn't plan that. I just went along with my parents and followed them wherever. So it was fun. I sat next to Sam Whitward.
Oh, that's cool.
It felt very awkward, but like that's because I was like internally like screaming. And then like freaking out in my helmet.
Oh,
Well,
so
the
you had
whole-
your helmet on as well?
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want.
True.
Well, when we were like right before it started, I was looking around because like you guys were in like all the bright costumes, so I figured it wouldn't be hard to miss. And I was like, where are they? Are they late? Are they gonna miss it? Like, what's gonna happen? And I was so like the whole like time thinking like, oh my gosh, where are they? And then you guys got on stage. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah. The first time I met Lizzy, she didn't take her helmet off the entire time. And then the next time I saw her, she came up and said hello, and I was like, yeah, hey, what's up? And I was like...
I think, wasn't the first time I met you, it was like at Ashley Eckstein, and she was signing the book.
Yeah. But you had your helmet on the whole
Yeah.
time.
That
I
sounds
did?
that sounds like you, Lizzy.
Yeah. Well, because there were little children around, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep it on, because I wouldn't want my favorite character to just take off their helmet. It's not even them.
Well, you don't wear a wig, right?
Nope.
you need to get that wig going. You need some of that blue hair.
I don't really like wigs.
See, I have a blue wig and I have a blue hair. I'm just blue.
Yeah, I know, blue head.
So have you guys had like a Sabine off? A battle of the Sabines?
We kind of did. We had at Celebration we Sabine together. I was season 3 and she was season 2, and then we had Ketsu with us. So that was.
That's not really a battle, though. We were
I know.
hanging out.
Battle. Did we?
We have not Sabine battled.
I don't know.
No.
I reckon when one of you tricked the other one to stand in front of an oncoming car, I think that's when the battle started. It's like
Lizzy ran towards me first.
there can only be one Sabine at this convention.
But then we would have a lot of Sabines to take out.
Yeah, run them all
True. Even the small children?
over. Oh,
They're small.
they'll probably just be able to duck under the car. Just trying to help you. Just trying to help you out. Listen, Lizzy, you don't know that position on stage at Celebration, that could be fleeting. You had someone move in, take your position. No more stage time. No more Dave Filoni. No more.
Someone
No more
thought.
not screaming next to Sam Witwer.
Oh, someone thought that Zoe was me.
We weren't even the same season. I don't get it.
Come on.
I mean, it might have been because the day after you were in your your Battlefront person clothes, and I was Sabine, and I was like hanging out with you, and your dad was there, so like maybe that was it, but still, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know. I don't know the difference between season 2 and 3. Like, Lizzy's dad's always like saying,
What?
What?
I've got season 3 whatever coming, and I'm just like, it's just not something.
It looks so different.
Okay, what are the differences? Explain it. Don't gatekeep. Let me in the gate. Explain.
Season
colors.
2 has so much orange on it. Like, just everywhere, like the chest plate, and like the helmet and stuff is so much orange, where on season 3 it's more like of a periwinkle-y color.
What is periwinkle?
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
You don't just get
That's
to make up
Periwinkle!
words. Oh, it's quite fluxum. It's very, quaggy. Like, let's just stick with English.
Periwinkle, it's a color. It's like purpley, bluey,
True.
Well, let's go with purpley blue.
and like
Grimace? I'm looking this up.
I don't know.
Periwinkle.
It's periwinkle. It's a color, and it comes from a flower.
Right there, I'm just Googling.
It's a real thing.
I only know Periwinkle from, like, what is it? Tinkerbell? Her sister?
Oh yeah,
It's like a-
because it's also the name of a flower. But I remember it because of Blue's Clues.
I don't know what are you making stuff up again?
I know
Blue's Clues?
I don't even know what that is.
The cartoon with the little dog? And they had to find the
No.
clues with a paw print on them?
No?
Oh,
I know that one.
okay.
And there was like
Thank you.
There was a really happy man that like had his t-shirt tucked in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the green stripes.
Okay. My childhood was a lot of Silent Hill and Kingdom Hearts, and my dad occasionally watched Saw, so that's what I watched too. And Star Wars. That's
All right.
it.
I've got some answers here. Periwinkle. Periwinkle is a color in the blue and violet family. It is the name.
See?
Its name is derived from the lesser periwinkle or myrtle herb, which bears flowers of the same color. Well,
See?
there we go. There we go.
So I was right.
I wouldn't
Hey,
go
Zoe.
that far.
Bluehead.
I'm Ezra.
Stop. No.
Yes, I'm the blueberry.
Oh, Steele, I wanted to tell you. So you have this thing going on. Light the green, right?
Ignite the green, yes.
Ignite the green. So we
but
were
now
thinking.
I'm going to change it now. I'm going to change it to like ignite the almond mist or something. I've got to get a better color for green. It's more confusing.
We were thinking ignite the green for Ezra. So that way Ezra
Oh,
can save it.
you are pushing your luck, young lady.
So, just saying. Giving ideas.
Yeah.
I also wanted to show you my dog. It's like
What is it on the chat thing?
No, it's on the camera.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't even realize the camera was on. Where's the dog?
It's right
She's
there.
holding it up.
This is great audio, you not holding up the dog on a podcast.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Lizzy.
We should put pictures of our dogs on the website then.
Just all the dogs.
All of
Have you seen my cat before?
No.
no.
What happened to the chat thing? Okay, here we go. Where's the photo of the cat? You guys are gonna like this.
Kitty.
Kitty.
Wait there. Oh, my photo. Where's my photo?
Is it a lost cat?
He's more of an Ewok.
Hmm.
But I also can't find.
Freddy!
Ah.
That's my dog. I have two.
I only have one.
That's good. It's very good.
It's okay, I have Axel.
You're so nice.
What other Star Wars topics are there, guys?
Oh,
Star.
This isn't dog talk, geek girl.
I mean, last week half our show was sharks.
Oh my
Oh,
god! I swam with a shark.
no!
Did you really?
No!
I went to the Bahamas for a wedding, and you could swim with these sharks that were, I don't know, about 4 feet long. I've got to post the video on my Instagram, but pardon me. So I patted one, and Jackie, my wife, was filming me from the pier, and I patted it, and I don't know if you've ever touched a shark, but it's like this weird wet sandpaper feeling. And I was so happy that I was brave enough to pat the shark that I didn't realize there was another shark coming behind me and its fin touched my back, and I made a squealing noise that no grown man should be able to make. It was very terrifying. So I've got this clip, and I'm so brave in the first bit, and then once the other shark comes up from behind me. But it's a shark in the water coming up behind you, do you know what I mean? It's a pretty good time
That sounds
to
fun.
be scared.
Sounds fun.
Of sharks. I can't sharks. Hey, Freddy.
It's Buddy.
Oh, buddy. Freddy. Same thing.
Alright, wait there. I think my... Wait there.
Look at model dog being built.
Okay, we need to stop showing stuff because this is a podcast. People can't see it.
That is...
Maddie has seen my dog.
That's one person.
That's one listener.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah. She's also Sabine. She's so cool.
We have a Sabine's group chat.
Oh, yeah. We do.
Well,
It's cool.
if Maddie is listening, I would suggest to her just be careful around these girls and cars. Because they're coming to take you out. There can be only two Sabines.
No.
I feel like Lizzy is secretly trying to take me out.
It doesn't even seem like it's that secret. It seems pretty
Secret.
open.
No. Wait, there's...
So, Star Wars news. They released some more pictures of the Knights of Ren. Have you guys seen
They did?
those?
No.
Yeah. They
Where?
look pretty... Here, I'll put one on the notes if I can find it.
What do you mean the Knights of Ren?
Carlos Posse.
Yeah, but where were these pictures? I don't even think I've seen these.
Oh, really?
I finally got my cat in the comments, by the way.
It's so fluffy.
What? When you
Oh
say
my
the Knights of Ren,
God.
do you mean the red guys or something else?
No, Carlos Posse.
That was like the vibe I got from him, but
Yeah, that's on the
he's still gonna
notes.
get shot.
That cat is amazing.
You probably thought he was running out to hug someone in front of a car.
Whoa.
A book or something from
'Cause what else would
somewhere.
he be doing?
I don't know.
They look really cool.
I'm looking for more
I
details.
like him. They could be a lot better. I think, like, I love the whole story, and some of the parts I really love.
Oh well.
I don't like the clone troopers. I never think they're real. Like, they just so animated to me. But a friend of mine, or someone that I've become friends with,
I mean, it's at least like,
this guy Mike.
yeah,
Did,
it looks like it's
edits
from
of the
a
prequels and just
book
sort
of
trimmed
like
them down a little
concept
bit.
art and stuff.
It's called the Phantom Edit, and
So-
I watch those ones, and it just gets a
There's
bit
one
of the,
sitting on that
I don't
weird
know, a bit of the goofiness
thing,
out of it,
and they all look like ninjas or samurais or something.
They look exactly like the people you would expect Kylo Ren to hang out with.
Like, if there was a little bit more collaboration, how much better they could have been. But I like them. I like Attack of the Clones. Everyone always beats on Attack of the Clones, but that the Jango Obi-Wan battle, that's epic, and
Yeah.
the asteroid battle and that noise. I remember being in the cinema the first time hearing
Yeah.
that noise, that
Mhm.
bong,
Yeah.
like from the one, and just going, that is a sweet bit of audio. And I also love the Genosian battle.
I mean, I wouldn't either, but
love when like the Jedi's come to save Anakin and Padme
So what do you-
and Obi-Wan. Then I love when Yoda.
what do you think of the prequels?
Yeah, I didn't even know when I watched it for the first time, but my friend goes, "Oh, you were sort of like standing up for the last 30 minutes of the film," and I was like, "Really? My legs are kind of tired, actually." So that it explains. Battle was awesome, and like I liked the Yoda, like Yoda versus Dooku. I thought that was very exciting. Yeah, and now like the sand line, the Anakin sand line. I now love. I now like, because it's so part of pop culture that like I think it's really fun. I think it's just a fun part of Star Wars. Well, it's a lame. If you're going to try pick up Natalie Portman, you should have a better pickup line than that. That's that's what I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. It did work. So you can't fault that. But also, like I always think it's a horrible pickup line. What are you doing? And a bit creepy with the skin touching. And but this is the other
The Geonosis arena battle will always
At the
be
end of the day,
my
I agree.
like my favorite,
I hate
one of my
saying
favorites of all
it's the
time
worst part
in
of
Star
going to the
Wars.
beach.
It's so
it
awesome.
does get everywhere, and it is annoying. It's and Yeah. Oh, like I was saying how I went and went to the Bahamas. Like I've been getting sand. It's like 2 weeks later, and I'm still like finding sand in pockets and stuff. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So Anakin, you're onto something, and
Yes.
you got to tongue Natalie Portman, and I salute you for that effort. That's pretty good. And then he ended up marrying the girl from the OC, so not bad.
I love quoting it. I was talking to someone and they never seen Star Wars and they're like, "Yeah, I like the beach." And I was like, "I like it too, but I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere." And he was just like, "Yeah, same." And I was just internally, I was like laughing my head off.
Oh my god. The show set in the OC.
I mean, it worked.
And Hayden Christensen married one of the girls from it. But it was...
Yeah, but he also never really knew. Like, he didn't get to learn how to talk to girls because he was a Jedi and they're like, "Don't do that or it's bad. You'll die and turn to the dark side and kill everyone." Which, I mean, he kind of did. But
yeah, so...
I like it. Kind of like crickets.
You're right.
It's
Anakin's
true.
Okay.
He was just speaking the truth.
I don't have
Everyone keeps like making fun of him, but no, he's right.
Like when I go to the beach, I just go straight in the water. Like I don't like the sand. I just right into the water. I did not.
Wait, what?
We just moved and we're in like the third floor.
No.
And there's a tree out the front of the window. And there's squirrels that climb the trees. And we didn't, like Australia doesn't have squirrels, so they're very exciting.
Oh.
And they're even more exciting for my cat Jerry, who every morning runs...
Well, yeah, I found out yesterday that Lizzy doesn't have cicadas every night screaming at her, so blew my mind.
I told you that I was a cicada.
You know, a cicada, like, they're little bugs and it's leave their shells of skin everywhere, and at night they all stay, like, kind of hang out in the trees, but you can't see them, and it makes at night, it sounds like the trees are, like, screaming at you. Like, every night, and you just kind of, it's kind of the sound of night, you know?
And then I stare at him, so it's like a chain reaction.
Kind of, but louder. But I found out that...
I only... Cicada is because of video games. Like, in video games, you catch them and then you sell them.
You mean Animal Crossing?
Yes.
They're everywhere. I just always assumed that, like, cicadas were everywhere. And I'm finding out they're not, and it's weird. So, like, it's just, like, quiet at night?
There's, like...
Raccoons.
There's, like, stupid races by our school.
They came out in a fleet.
Or by our home. So, like, they're always driving around and being annoying, but...
And
you know, I think cicadas
on the patio.
Might be...
They just walked past, like,
because it's every day.
Well, they don't really...
Oh my God,
I mean, like, it's there, but you're just kind of like, oh, it's cicadas.
And then the next thing you know, I hear a rustling on the roof, and the three of them are looking down at me from the roof like, at any second they're going to just come for my throat. It was just terrifying. Terrifying. So, you know... Have I met a what? I've met possums. We've got possums in Australia. I used to leave food out on the windowsill and they'd come in and eat them. It was really cute. And I would hand feed the possums little bits of... Oh my god, you just put a photo in that terrifying... Look at its claws! It's crazy.
There is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I went on this
but
history tour
that's
thing
where
around
all you
PA with like a bunch of people from the city, and they were like fascinated by
come
like
at your
the
neck,
squirrels
and
and
they bump
like
right
the
up.
deer and stuff, and I was like, "That's
And
have you never
and as you guys
been
run
outside
off,
Philly
you can see
before?"
me screaming in the distance, like just get mauled
No,
by this
I
fleet
don't
of
go
goons as they feast on my...
But
Well, it's debatable.
really?
I've never-
Have you met an angry opossum?
Well, my...
An angry opossum?
Yes,
I met a
have
very
seen the
small, cute
documentary
one.
Ice Age.
It was a baby.
A great nature documentary. What about so
I don't.
Lizzy,
The big
I wanna know,
ones
what
scare
was
me
it
a little
like
bit when they
standing
get
in front of all
mad.
those
They're like
people?
hissy at you.
Were you nervous?
Mean. Raccoons? Really?
That's so cute.
I mean, as long as you're not garbage, they should be fine.
Why
Um,
didn't if you were
One time
like,
after
if you
Saber
were
Guild
super
practice,
nervous,
we
you
were
could've just
walking
sent
to our
Zoe up there
car,
instead.
and we on like
No one would have known.
there was like
No one would have known.
the cables, and so there was like a big opossum, and it was just like walking
Nah.
on it like a tightrope, and I was kind of cheering it on, but my dad's like, "Get in the car, get in the car." I'm like, "What? Why?" And he's
Was it
from
cool? Was it
Texas,
fun?
so apparently he was like, "There's a lot of opossums there, and they will fight you."
Yeah, possums are nasty.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Do you not watch Ice
Oh,
Age?
Warwick Davis? Oh my god, that would be a great thing to drag Zoe in front of. Yeah.
Scary. It was. I'm terrified of people. So when I went up there, I was like, okay, suck in your tummy and just go
Oh.
up there. And so we went out, and I was scared that my gauntlets were gonna fall off because we were having a problem with having them stay on. And I was wondering if we were just gonna stay up there, standing there the whole time, or just like go back stage after. I don't know why, I was really scared. So, I had a mask. True. Yeah, I could have. I mean, my parents might.
He wouldn't either. I don't know what the but it like
So
was it
yeah,
easier to go up
scary.
in front of all the people with the helmet on, like in the suit?
It was cool. Like, we went backstage, and I forget his name. And I don't want to use the term small. He's no. I forget his name. Yes. But we saw him, and he was on, like, one of those little moving vehicles, like, where you just stand on it and, like, it just
A
moves.
Segway?
Next time I see you, I'm
Or
gonna
Yeah.
a hoverboard
so I
thing?
can see this creepy
He
spot.
came in one of those, and I was like, oh my goodness.
The yeah, because Jackie,
Yes.
my wife, she
But we didn't talk
attention.
to him. We were
Like, she
just
doesn't
we were
like
just kind of
public
like,
speaking and
he's
stuff.
over there, he's over there.
And
But we
she had
didn't
to
do
give
anything
a
about
speech,
it. He was,
some presentation.
but then we got there early, so
I
the
love
crew
it.
wasn't
Like,
there
I
yet.
crave it. So like,
And then they finally came in, and like Freddie Prinze Jr. and Vanessa and everyone came, and they're always so nice.
It's weird how
So like we were saying hi, and we were giving each other hugs, and Steve Bloom gave me a hug because we don't really talk like Vanessa or like Freddie, and so I was gonna just go up and like shake his hand or whatever, and he was like, just come here, and like gave me a hug, and I was like, oh yay. But Taylor Gray didn't give me a hug or say hi to me. Yeah, that definitely helped. Otherwise, I'd be smiling like an idiot up there. Because whenever I'm like nervous or something, I just smile, and it just. But it's like a creepy smile where there's something wrong smile. So.
You text in class? Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah. I don't understand what happened in middle school. I was always at attention. Like, I loved attention, and I was in advanced drama for like, and now I'm just scared of everything, and I can't bring myself to even talk to people.
And stuff that you like, they were like hand games.
I don't know
what
what.
I mean, you did pretty good, like at the panel and stuff. You talked more than me.
And first day I was playing it in class, and I got it confiscated.
Because like you were there, so if I made a fool of myself, we both look bad.
Oh,
7 or 8.
thanks.
Like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the end of my life here. I'll never recover from this video game confiscation. And I think she gave it. I don't know if I stole it back. I don't know if I went into the desk and just took it. But I remember when she took it from me, I was just like, this is the end.
I actually do crave attention. It's just that
and I'm still
I can't bring myself to talk to people, and that just it doesn't make sense. But you know,
I'm still haunted by it.
Like sometimes if I am doing nothing in the classroom, I'll just text Zoe, be like, hey, talk to me, please. No one's talking to me.
You won't even say that. You'll send me a picture of Bingo.
True, and then we'll talk. See, that gives you slight reason to talk to me.
Wow, you're really painting a bad picture
Yeah.
of your family. It just sounds
Well,
like
I'm
your
always
dad,
done
like,
with
you're
everything,
trying to
so
sleep in
like,
your bedroom and they're just
I always finish my work. I have a free period, third period. I got lunch. You know, when I finish stuff.
hmm
What?
hmm
Wow, you sound so young for a retiree.
Huh.
You had a nap on a Thursday afternoon.
Oh.
When
Something I would do.
occasionally my cat snores and it's the sweetest noise you've ever heard. Little cat is like, it's, there is nothing better than a snoring cat.
You'll never fully recover from this.
That's like Axel. Like, just he can't. If a video game is taken away, it's like it's over for him. Apparently. For me, if I have nothing to do, I'll just go to sleep. But then now my parents realize this, and so now they won't let me sleep. So I have to do nothing.
Who's punching the microphone?
No.
What are you talking into?
No.
Your dog?
No, okay.
I was almost late because I was taking a nap right before this.
I was playing video games.
Well, that's why we're talking about dogs so much. 'Cause that's one of the show notes.
I don't.
So I heard the panel went real good.
Yeah. Okay. To be fair, I didn't get to sleep until like 1 because my dog was snoring. It kept waking me up.
My dog will just come in and like just jump on me and then like try to lick my face off. And then he'll just like I don't like it.
I would imagine that if I looked on the desk at your panel and you had all your notes, it would just be a series of printed out dog pictures from the internet. Okay.
My dog doesn't snore. He's actually pretty. I was gonna say he's pretty quiet, but
That's cool.
when he's awake, he's not that quiet.
A friend of mine, Riley,
Even
Yeah.
on
it's called the Star Wars
podcasting,
Report, he just put
he's
up
not
a
at all
little,
quiet.
like mini documentary
he
of
just-
his time at Celebration. And
He just barks
made
all
me
the
so
time when I'm
Celebration
like
sick.
all the time. So far, he hasn't barked.
I want to go back.
that's good.
Now.
It's good.
Yeah.
Um,
It's always so sad when
Not me.
like at
Lizzy.
as well.
I don't even know what the
building
microphone is on
some
this
of the
thing.
Voiceovers like attention.
So,
Star Wars Celebration is now closed. Please leave the floor. And it's just like, no.
Oh, okay. There are
It's just
like 3 corgis on the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 different pictures of corgis on the notes.
I did. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What else is on the show notes?
You don't want to know.
Celebration. We talked about that. Prequels.
1 minute.
yes.
Yes, it was
Good.
fun.
I
People
told you
asked,
didn't
we
wanna know.
weren't sure what to do, so we just had
God.
people asked us questions, so we just went off on that. So it was really
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
We had little pieces
don't
like paper
understand how
as
people
notes, and it was just
survive.
kind of like a list of a bunch of stuff, and then Lizzie's doodles. So We weren't all that well
No,
prepared.
because I was filming stuff for TV back home. So we just said, "Oh, we're just going in here to film," and they're like, "Okay." Yeah,
No, we didn't have any of those, thankfully. But
it seemed like a minute.
Thankfully.
It really dragged, you guys.
but yeah, people asked a lot of questions, so that was fun.
Are you going to hang up on me now? But I don't get how it's so long. Like, because it's not even when you go in there. There's not that much stuff, and it's also spread out. So it just doesn't seem like that they've let enough.
Just celebration forever.
Yes.
Well, it seems like they do that with nightclubs. Like, if it's not full, they'll. I'm giving you insight here. And
Yeah.
so they won't let people in. They'll make people.
Did
line
you
up,
get
so
to
it seems
the,
like the nightclub is really
what was
then
it
more
called?
people-
The store at all?
And it feels like that's what they do because it was.
You
How long
did?
did you have to wait?
There was just like no one in there. Like,
No,
there's
I had
people
to
in
wait
there,
for a
but it
while
just
too.
seemed like
How
they
long
could
did
fit,
you
like,
wait?
3 times the amount in there.
What?
I had to wait for 3 hours.
We were waiting for around an hour and 30 minutes and we gave up.
We waited for 3 hours, and that was one of the shorter waits of the day.
What? That wasn't even a minute then. It was probably like less than.
It's tempting.
Yeah. It's just. I don't-
Yeah, I don't understand why.
They were letting like 10 people in at a time, and then there's like no one
We went
in.
and there
And
was
so like
actually-
everyone's just standing there like,
I wanted to get in there.
what?
Once I got in there. There was no Lothcats like last time, which I loved. But the guy I was.
I have
with
no
was gonna
experience
buy
with that, so.
Either.
some sums or whatever those. I think they were sums, or maybe they weren't, but they were like sums. And then we went to buy them, and we said to the guy, "How long is the wait to buy?" And they're like, "An hour to like check out." It's like they need to
See,
like
we
no
went
store in
like
the real world
5 minutes
operates
early,
like this.
and we had the exhibitor's pass,
So
and so we were like running and running and trying to get in, but like we had to go all these different ways.
Yeah, that was so lame.
And then finally, like, we're down till a minute till it opens,
That,
and we're like, we gotta hurry before all the people like get in, so that we can get in line. And then that minute was up, and so everyone was crowding, and everyone was trying to get to the line. And I had my
that 40th anniversary
Battlefront
universe one that sort of was
costume
like a
on, so it
Japanese
was very
thing.
light, and I think my dad was Kanan at the time, and he was carrying everything.
Yeah, that
So
was-
I had to, I tried
yeah,
to run, but
yeah,
they
like
stopped
gold
me, and they were like,
sleeves.
"Oh, you can't run, sorry." Even though there were all these little people running, but I couldn't run, and so it was too late. The line
Oh,
was
so it wasn't
already
an
packed
exclusive.
and horrible.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that jacket looks really cool. What? Too shiny. What was your apart from your panel and almost getting killed on the street? What was your favorite part of Celebration?
Zoom zoom. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They had her universe in there too.
Yeah,
I wanted to buy a shirt for my mom, and it was
The
just
whole thing.
couldn't get in.
You should have told me because we bought Hera shirts, Celebration shirts, and I picked up the Sabine, Leia, and Rey pack of
What did you
pins.
cook?
Or was it gin? I don't know.
What'd you make? Raccoon? Did you cook some raccoon?
Yeah, that looked cool, but I didn't get it.
The
I
one
see squirrels. Do you see?
is it
ingredients?
gold, like yellow?
Yeah.
My mom has that. She got it. Yeah. She after celebration, she called up every
So no
store
squirrels.
to see if they had it, and she finally got it.
No.
I don't think so. No.
So salad.
I thought it was a bit like shiny.
What is barley salad? What's barley salad?
Ooh. Mm. You start.
I liked seeing a lot of Rebels cosplayers because I guess Rebels just isn't very popular where I'm from because like every con I go to, I'm like scouting for another Rebels, even like someone with a Rebels shirt, and I can't find anybody. So I like seeing lots of Heras and Kanans
Ah,
and
gotcha.
other Sabines and some Ezras.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know. I think of like the actual celebration or just being at Orlando or what. I don't. Oh, I liked cooking for Zoe.
I'm guessing you just remembered.
It was very good.
I made her ratatouille. I made
And
ratatouille.
what about in season 4
And
Rebels? What do you want to see go down?
there were a lot of squirrels in Orlando. I could have picked one of those. But
Well,
All right.
it was
Well,
difficult because
just
Zoe's vegan. So
all right. Let's just say right,
those
no,
squirrels.
that half of them have to.
it was very, very good, and I appreciated it.
You get to say.
And then I made barley salad without the barley.
So there's like so what? There's like Chopper,
Yeah,
Kanan,
but
Ezra,
it was very fresh salad.
Sabine, Hera, and Zeb.
Huh?
Hmm.
It's salad with barley. Oh no, it's like it's like barley. It's like it's a I don't even know how to describe it. Here, let me just bar because I've only made it twice, but I never knew. It's like it's a cereal grain. And then like the rest was just vegetables and like cucumber and lime and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Hera's like we.
Barley, a member of the grass family, is a major cereal grain grown in temperate climates globally. Yeah, of course. And then
Happiness.
I can see. So
Zoe.
kill 2, save 2. There we go.
They
So
deserve
we
to be
stay-
Who
happy
you
and
throw out in front
alive.
of the
I want
car
them
this
alive, and I want hugs.
Canera!
Yes!
God, that was like a movie. No!
Half?
It was like when Luke sees Ben
3?
get killed.
Just
And Zeb.
alright, so it's like, who would you save?
Oh.
I'd save Kanan, Hera, and Sabine.
But what about Ezra?
I know, but I don't
And
know.
Chopper.
Uh,
Is
I don't
very
like this
offended.
question. I don't know, because, I mean, obviously I have to save Sabine and Hera, because they're the best ones.
Oh.
Oh, for
And
me
then-
it was like Sabine and Kanan.
And then, I mean, Hera and Sabine are the best, so I have to save them. And I'm like a little bit in love with Kanan, so that's me. That's mine. And according to the Forces of Destiny shorts, she's going to be on Endor helping Han and Leia get the Ewoks to fight.
Yeah, so how about for this question, we only use Kanan, Sabine, Chopper, everyone except Hera, because we know she's going to survive. Hera and Chopper, we know they're going to survive. So,
Alright, so okay. Kanan and Sabine.
The,
I would kill Sabine.
Yoda.
No, not Sabine. Zeb.
No!
Sorry.
Yoda says Luke's the last hope.
Whoops.
Wow, the name calling.
His
Oh,
voice
what a
was
boy.
like so high pitched, though.
You are
Like-
greenest
Anyway,
and you're
So
lightest
I kill Zeb,
and you're
and
swampest.
who's left?
Disgusting.
Ezra, Sabine, Zeb, and Kanan.
Yoda
I
said a lot of
think
things.
I'd have to save definitely Sabine, and then probably
There it is.
Kanan. Maybe Ezra, but probably Kanan.
Kanan or Ezra? But we
Sorry.
need Ezra to ignite the green.
I love Zeb so much, though.
Wait.
Do you really?
I do.
I don't want him dead, but if I had...
We're already killing
I
Ezra.
think it was all just a wind up.
Yeah, Sabine and Kanan.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I loved it. Actually, I want more Zeb in season 4. Because, I mean, one of my favorite relationships in the show is probably just Zeb and Sabine and the kind of, like, brother-sister relationship they have. And we don't get to see much of it, but what we have seen, I really love. And that's what I want in season 4. I want more of that.
You want more of everything.
I do.
Is this how I
It's ending too soon.
We haven't even got the first episode. I mean, we did,
I'm getting very
but we
suspicious
can't.
now.
We cannot
Now let's
talk.
talk about it.
So, day's coming for you.
See, even if I wanted to talk about the episode, I feel like Dave Filoni would just materialize
that thing
and
that goes,
stab me before I could finish my sentence.
That bird lizard.
Yeah, probably.
The bird lizard. He's a little bit weird. He needs to chill. We need to.
Yoda said a lot of things. You know?
This is.
He's a little green frog who ran away to the swamp. Can we really trust him?
He's I would say a giant shaved raccoon on meth.
It's true. It
But
is
I mean,
true.
like, you think about it, like, Obi-Wan was
See?
like, oh yeah, your dad was the best pilot in the galaxy. Like, was Anakin really the best
So-
pilot?
I did
Hera.
this.
Hera's the
on
best.
podcast,
Yeah, Hera
I was
outflew
Q&A,
Vader.
and someone asked me what.
So I think
And
this is
she-
kind
would
of
be the
like,
perfect
they're
Star
like,
Wars item that
they're
you
like
want made.
egging him on, like, oh yeah,
And
your
I
dad
said
was the
I would
greatest,
like a
you know,
Max
he was
Rebo
amazing. And then Yoda's like, oh yeah, you're the last
Yeah,
Jedi, you're the
Max Rebo.
only hope. They're like trying to get him
Yeah.
to keep going.
blue elephant, and because he I don't know, he just looks.
Yeah, they just wanted to make
yeah.
Luke feel good about himself.
Because he just it totally
I mean, like, they
lends
had,
itself
like,
to that.
We
And
already know
someone
that
posted
if
on my page
Luke
today,
died, they
photoshopped,
already had
Max
like,
Rebo's
okay, I guess we gotta
head
use Leia for the backup
on
now.
top
Like,
of
they
a
already had
blue
that plan.
beanbag with a price tag.
So, I mean,
Like,
no
it's
one's
got
saying
Max
that
Rebo
they couldn't
beanbag,
have a
comfy
backup to the
cozy,
backup.
and now with googly eyes.
And that's what you do when you
And
want
I
to
was like, oh my
manipulate
God, they
people. You
made
like
it.
make
And
them
I
feel
was-
good about themselves, so
I was,
that way
like,
they
blown
do
away,
the job
and I
for
realized
you.
They just photoshopped it, and it was tough. It was tough. This is my new video game getting confiscated. It's going to take me years to get over. So I want to make it. Wait there. I'll see if I can put it on the thread.
Oh, we were talking about the prequels, and I wanted to tell you that the Boga is awesome.
That's the one.
Yes,
Really?
it's amazing. It's not. No, it's beautiful.
The thing I get most jealous of people at Celebration.
Yeah,
I mean,
is
we need
the
one of those,
Zev
and then a
sort of got
custom one for
full-size
Zoe.
Ewok costume.
Zev is arguably a purple raccoon
Like that-
monkey bear
it just
thing.
looks like so fun to be inside.
I don't know.
Oh,
Like, how do you describe Zeb to no one that's, like, if someone has never seen him before? How do you describe him?
Tall.
You're right, though. You know, I'm getting the right picture there. Just throw purple in there, and you have the perfect, perfect.
yeah. How annoying are these people with talent? It's that they just make their own stuff. It's
Yeah.
so frustrating.
With a diaper.
Yeah, I'm like that. What about what about in The Last Jedi? What do you want to happen in that?
Oh.
Happiness.
I want a Loth Cat onesie.
There was
What?
this
Why
girl
do you
at Celebration. There was this girl at Celebration wearing one.
I don't see that one. Yeah, and I want one. She made it
Describe the whole
herself,
movie.
and I want it.
I want all 2 hours 20 minutes. Do you know?
What?
I want to see someone that's not Ezra Ignite.
Oh, we have some people out here that do this. They look like really cool and they're super accurate, but it's like it's like a little frightening because when they're small, it's like, oh, it's so cute, it's a little Ewok, and then when they're like your height, you're like, oh my god, oh no.
Yeah, and so I want that. Remember, Zoe, we were running to our panel and like we saw these two people with giant Loth Cat like
Yeah.
plushies. I want it.
They made them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
they
wanted to have a
did.
normal lightsaber.
Everyone just
Keep it
making
legit,
stuff.
old school.
You're so
Official.
talented.
I know. I was walking by people at like the booths that were like drawing and stuff, and I was like, I can't do anything. That and then what else? There was just a whole bunch of stuff, and people's costumes are so
But
great
if you're
too.
a proper Jedi, you shouldn't really have a blaster in the end.
Zoe.
What?
Okay. It was.
I reckon he's going to change his mind.
Ooh.
Hmm. I I want
Hey, Steele, do you know
Poe
about
saber?
Poe?
what if we don't? I want to see Leia being awesome in The Last Jedi, and I want to see Finn
No
waking
one
up
ever
and being cool.
wants one of
I'm really
those.
interested in Rose and her character and how she does.
Oh, they're the
and
worst.
I
Come on.
I want to see Rey obviously training with
Oh.
Luke and stuff, and then fighting Kylo, duking it out.
Oh yeah, that's the bit I hated. Yeah.
I guess I want that's what I want out of The Last
I
Jedi. I want The Last Jedi.
Yeah, they're cheating. The I remember in that season finale, it must have been series 2, and they just all of a sudden started being
Honestly,
able to
I feel
helicopter
like
around with them.
I want Rey
And the
Skywalker.
first time
But
that
honestly,
happened,
I feel
was
like
at home by myself,
Rey
quite late,
should just show
and I
up
was just like,
in the end of the
What
movie,
was-
or
what just
end of the movie,
happened
in the end of the trilogy.
Like, I was-
Just show up in all black with a double-bladed green lightsaber,
did
like
I
her
just
father
imagine
before her.
that someone just flew off on their lightsaber.
what I want.
And then they just
Yeah,
started
because
doing it all the
she used to
time.
fight with a
And
stick,
there was
so
a
it'll
bit
look.
towards the
So
end
now
where
Sheridan
one
knows
of
how to like
them
spin it
tried
around and
to do it
stuff.
off the
So
side of that pyramid, and
Just-
something happened to their light, like it.
this time it's glowy
I know,
and
someone-
hot and dangerous.
Oh, okay. So it was like about 1 a.m, and it blew up,
That's
and he fell
fair.
down, and I cheered.
What
in my
about
house.
blaster
I was
saber?
so happy. I was like, "That's what you get.
I feel like Ezra's the only
That's
one
what-
allowed to have one of those.
You get got."
No one else gets
But-
one.
It's
'Cause
so
it's like-
good with the blaster.
I know, it's like it's Ezra's thing to have. Like Rey can have a blaster and a saber, but like a blaster saber, like
Or you
that's
gotta spin
Ezra.
with it.
His.
Yes.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
You know what you should have?
Do you think
Yeah,
Ahsoka
but
was
I
back
mean,
in season
Luke said
4?
the Jedi must end.
Wow. You seem
Remember? I can't. Okay. Season 2 in the end, where the Inquisitors
I
have,
heard that rumor.
or the brothers and sisters had, in Star Wars Rebels, they had that like spinning lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Rey should have one of those.
And when would a T-shirt lie to you?
No.
T-shirts
Oh, you
are
don't like the
always
spinning
trustworthy.
sabers? Oh, I love them. I do have some issues with the helicopter usage of them. That felt weird. But everything else
Because
about
of
them
the
I
nervous
loved. It's just
smile.
I don't want Rey using one because like they're like a dark side Inquisitor thing, not a Rey thing.
I think you were going to say they took their helmet off and it was someone else. So, you telling me, did you watch the episode with your helmet on? All right. Well, that's a yes. That's a yes from Lizzy. Then that's a yes.
It blew up because it was damaged by Kanan, and then it blew up when he was trying to fly.
Zoe,
I mean, on one hand, the physics behind that make zero sense, but on the other hand, Star Wars physics never makes sense, so just kind of gotta roll with it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I'm just really dedicated
Yes.
to my cosplay.
Okay.
I have hope. And rebellions are built on hope.
What do you think will happen?
The question mark. It's an exclamation point, and he switched it.
Yeah. She was there when it happened.
Lizzy didn't believe me.
I was backstage.
What do you mean? People live happy. He
No, Lizzy. No, that was after you came out and said you were up front with Sam Witwer. Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had my helmet
come
on.
back like 18 times.
Why didn't you take your helmet off?
I don't know.
72 times.
I didn't feel comfortable.
I remember after they showed us the episode, and I was crying a lot because I'm me. And I was like, okay, I gotta find Lizzy. And I had my helmet on. Or no, I had my helmet on because I was crying and want people to see, really. And I was walking, and I found Lizzy, and I walk up to her, and I'm like, hey, Lizzy, are you okay? And she just takes the helmet off, and there's, like, tears in her eyes. I'm like, yeah, me too. Come here. Come for a hug.
Yeah, there was...
No. I didn't.
Well, okay, so they turned down the lights, and I was like, okay. No. They turned down the lights, and I was like, okay, no one can see me. So I took off my helmet, and I just then I watched it. Then they turned on the lights, and then I put it back on.
I was a sobbing mess that entire panel, honestly.
No.
But that's what someone wanted by the police would say.
People would say a lot of things.
God, Caddy.
She gets in character as Sabine by just shooting people. And blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
Well, I hope she lives happily forever after, but Filoni's writing the show, so that's not happening. I'm gonna say she goes...
It's weird, because whenever I see Kanan, I just think that Kanan can't hardly wait. Do you know that film?
Really? Does he?
Oh, it's a Freddie Prinze Jr. classic.
She's come back twice. Well, once. Once,
like
hopefully twice.
With the prince.
Well, no, 3 times because she died that one time.
I just put that beanbag in.
That one time?
Yeah. When Mortis, remember? She was killed. She was deaded.
Yes, that's the proper word. I don't like it. Don't say that, please.
Deaded?
I have a thing with, like, grammar and words. I don't... Oh, I have to say this. I think I told Zoe, but I wasn't entirely stalking him, but I was
you don't get to point the
slightly looking at all of Taylor Gray's Instagram
I
photos.
think maybe we all should have had a pre-podcast.
And like in the comments, there was like, no. And so like I was looking at them, and then there was like comments, and it was like all these girls like saying, "Oh, you're so cute," like, oh, like it was so weird. And then I should have been jealous because they're all like super pretty and all this stuff, but then they were just spelling everything wrong. They had capitals where there weren't supposed to be capitals, and it was just horrible for me. I couldn't handle it.
And only one of the Knights of Ren.
So.
See, I can't see him as anything but little dorky Ezra. Once an actor is in Star Wars, even if they're just a voice, they're always a Star Wars character. Like I was watching Friends, and Freddie Prinze Jr. was the nanny for Ross and Rachel in the one episode, and all I could think was Kanan is watching their baby. That's all I could think. I'm like, that's Kanan. That's Kanan playing with puppets. He's Kanani.
Kanani?
No.
No.
He's smoking?
Tell him. Zoe, tell him about Kanani.
Kanani?
Yeah.
I just did.
You did? Oh, yeah. I'm so tired.
So Lizzy,
so tired.
It's like 5
No.
for you. Oh. Okay.
I mean, I've been doing finals all week. I don't like it. It's horrible.
There are a lot of corgi butts on our notes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pictures of corgi butts on our notes.
Well, because it looks like
I did not come.
It looks
on
like
this
bread.
program to be tried.
Okay.
It's a
What else? More Star Wars. Forces of Destiny.
Okay, so wait, hold up. You were saying how you thought that every, what was it? Every actor of a character is like Ezra, Taylor Gray would be adorable and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's forever 14-year-old Ezra to me.
I'm looking at his Instagram,
It's so good.
and he is smoking and punching the camera.
I don't know. I don't hear you, Lizzy. I don't know what you're talking about. He's Ezra.
Yeah.
He's Ezra.
And drinking wine at
Ezra.
Castle Creek Winery.
No, he's too young for that.
There's a picture of him. Oh God, never mind.
Okay.
Oh, there is a picture of him with Ezra. Like he's like it's like photoshopped, and he's there with Ezra, and he has a lightsaber. It's adorable.
Okay. Star Wars, or it's not even just Star Wars. Like I finished Friends, but like Phoebe's husband was Paul Rudd, and all I could think was, wow, Phoebe's dating Ant-Man. He looks the same, by the way. That was like over 10 years ago. He looks like the same exact person. Don't understand.
He was in Romeo and Juliet in 1996, and I screamed in class when we saw it.
Good job.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
He's just trying to.
We watched Romeo and Juliet. When we watched Romeo and Juliet, we watched the version from like the 60s.
There's a picture of Taylor Gray igniting the green. He has a green lightsaber. I'm not trolling you.
Well, then why did you come?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Oh, thanks.
Star Wars.
What a diss.
Oh, I was gonna say something and then I lost it. Oh no.
I haven't been to any events recently because I've been moving. And
Yes, I see the beanbag.
Oh my gosh!
I want it, but it's not real.
No,
But I want it.
I'm doing a
That's
live
cheap for a beanbag.
The Nerd Melt show.
Yeah.
At Meltdown Comics.
You know what? I want to, because Axel's getting really good at sewing, and he was making little plushies, and so maybe he can just whip up like a little Max Revo thing, and then give it to you.
Axel should make me a loth cat. No, make Sappy a loth cat. She wants them more than me.
What? That doesn't seem right. Isn't Sappy destroyer of...
Yeah,
Okay.
she is, but she has a soft spot for cute animals.
Alright. What else is on the notes besides corgi butts? Okay. So first there's corgi butts, and then it says episode 74, Steele and Geek Girl episode. Then there's a raccoon who looks so adorable. I don't know what you're saying, Steele. Look at his little claws. He's like begging. So cute. Levitating corgi. Corgi in bed. The Knights of Ren, and then there's corgis fighting. Then there's startled corgi. Oh, recent events. Zoe and Steele, have you guys done any recent events?
Yeah,
Who is Anonymous
Call
Walrus?
you a walrus.
I think it's Steel. No.
Good job, Zoe.
I'm just putting my helmet on to hide my tears.
Uh-huh.
That's fun.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, I have upcoming events. I haven't done any recent events.
I think
What
it's
is it?
good.
OC.
I
There's
feel
an
like-
OC zoo, and we'll be going to that. I'll be Sabine.
When you've got Buffy hair,
'cause
and then you get
I don't want to be Battlefront, because no one knows who Battlefront is. Like, I went to Celebration, and I had my Battlefront. It was Cloud City, so it was like all blue. With my blaster, and everyone was like, "Oh, you're not costuming today?" I'm like, this is my costume," but no one got it.
It's okay, Lizzy.
So that's that. That's it.
I'm the opposite. I don't have any upcoming events like in the near future, but I do have a recent event, which was the Innovators Fair in Oaks, PA. And it was just kind of like there was like Legos and like people like with robots and stuff, and it was really fun. I was Sabine, and actually there was like a podcast that was This Week in Science doing like a live show, and so I actually got to be on their show and talk about Star Wars a little bit, and then talk about I'm dying to talk about Star Wars and costuming and our podcast. So that was fun. I like being a guest. It's nice.
Or he can dedicate himself to the costume and cut the hair. Oh, what one? Oh, awesome.
Hey. You're right there.
I mean, Lizzy is...
You cosplayed as a character from an R-rated film at your school?
I don't have an excuse for myself.
Oh, I want to... Steele, what do you think of Ezra's new haircut? Well, it's not exactly new anymore, but like, you know.
I like the Rey costume. That's cool. There's no need to brag, alright?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, she probably wouldn't have had much time to put her costume together either, if you think about it. I know,
You're making me miss my balls.
She wouldn't have had much time to put her costume together.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, no, his hair, what happened to his beautiful hair? But now I think I like it better.
Axel said he quit.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But
I remember you telling me about it.
I guess.
Yeah, and so now Taylor Gray has his hair long, so he says if Taylor Gray doesn't cut it, he doesn't have to cut it.
I mean, I'm sure there's a way that he could, like, roll his hair and, like, kind of, like, bobby pin it to make it look like it's short.
That is dedicated to,
He has longer hair than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, you could, like, tuck it, like, under and then, like, pin it in place, and then you can take the bobby pin out and, like, swish his hair all dramatically.
True.
You know, I got a buzz cut for a costume. So, Negasonic Teenage Warhead from Deadpool. Because we had like a superhero day for Spirit Week thing at school. And I was like, oh, I should be that girl from Deadpool. Mom's like, you're going to buzz your hair? And I was like, yeah, why? Okay.
I just like the thought that instead of like going... you dyed your hair purple. They're just constantly just like, I can't believe you dyed your hair Periwinkle.
Actually, it's kind of funny because the one day was Superhero Day and I was Negasonic Teenage Warhead and this other kid was Deadpool. And then the next day I was Rey and he was Kylo Ren, like the same person. It was like, stop coordinating with me.
Yeah.
We put that together in like 20 minutes. From old Tusken Raider rags from my sister's costume. Well, she didn't have... Hers was for a con, like, a while ago. This was for a day at school. And I didn't really figure out... I wanted to be Rey until the day before, like 2 days before.
For your hair. And so we all one night
yeah.
heads, right?
True.
And then I decided that I wanted to find out what would happen if I never got a haircut. Like what would happen to my
She's
hair.
kind of had like 20 years to do that,
so
though.
it was all the one
True.
length, and it grew out into this like microphone thing.
Remember when I went to the hair salon? Because my hair was like kind of, it wasn't long, but it was like long-ish. And when I went to the hairdresser and I showed her the picture of Nick's 9-inch forehead, she was like, you know that's a buzz cut, right? I'm like, I know, just do it. I had this like puffy hair. When I dyed it red, I looked like Ronald McDonald. And then like that day had to shave all my hair off again because I looked so dumb.
My parents don't really let me cut my hair. Only sometimes. And we keep trying to get it to, like, we keep trying to cut it differently, but every time, the next day, it looks the exact same and every year.
Did you dye it?
It just goes back to however it was.
I tell you who's got periwinkle hair is Laura Dern. Last Jedi.
Kill me.
Yeah, it's periwinkle. Just let me use the word periwinkle, alright? It's my new word. I'm going to be using it all the time now.
I don't really want to dye my hair though, because whenever we cut it, I always donate it to. Like, I always donate my hair.
It's fun. You should try it sometime. Dyeing your hair.
No, you keep dyeing your hair, and I can never keep a picture. I can never draw a picture and keep it that way because you keep dyeing your hair.
I've had
so now I have to change colors. So just keep those shirts.
I've had 3 different hair colors since March.
Settle.
4 if you count when I let it fade and it went blonde for a couple weeks.
Breathing, relaxing, respecting the guest. Lizzy's so angry her face has gone periwinkle. It's periwinkle. Oh yeah. Corgis are not periwinkle.
Yeah, I did my hair pink first. Someone told me I looked like Zarya from Overwatch. And then I dyed it purple, and now it's blue.
Listen, this is the deal. I don't want to hear the word purple said on this podcast ever again, alright?
You know, when it faded a bit, it was a little periwinkle.
Get with it.
See, hers looks more pinkish to me. Because periwinkle's like a purpley blue.
Okay. I didn't even hear what you just said.
Well, now you can say you learned something from being on the podcast with us. Do you know the difference at least between season 1 and season 2?
Heathen. She doesn't like Lothcats. She doesn't like Empire Strikes Back Yoda.
Season 1 is more reddish and season 2 is more orange. I'm settled.
When he's
I'm settled.
Going through stuff.
No!
Because his little tongue is like wiggling about. When he's like looking for that torch.
Doesn't go periwinkle, it goes red.
Everything is periwinkle.
Corgis are periwinkle.
Before they changed it?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. That was a mistake.
Um,
So, what about this?
I had
So,
another thing.
Yoda and R2-D2, they know each other, right? From the prequels. So, when they saw each other in Empire Strikes Back, and
I can't
they're
think.
fighting over the torch,
So,
what's that about?
Lizzie, what are your thoughts on Sabine's season 4 look?
We don't entirely know.
There's a couple shots where she has hair that's brown and purple, and there's yellow on her helmet in the one shot. Brown and periwinkle. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with the test. But, like, do you think R2 was just, like, going along with it and just having a bit of, like, he was like, oh, this is our little sketch.
What
where
is-
we fight over the torch.
So, purple is completely eliminated.
Do you think R2's
Here.
been going to improv classes?
Oh, okay. Alright.
Interesting.
Um.
Very interesting. Because R2 knows everything.
I was curious. What's your favorite Yoda? Because I heard that,
C-3PO doesn't know anything.
what was it? Amanda didn't like the puppet Yoda. And, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's true. I don't really like the puppet, but it's pretty good. I think the one that I don't like, and I think that's Phantom Menace Yoda. Yeah, before they kind of like animated it-ish. It was creepy. I didn't like it.
So, what's your favorite lightsaber color?
Yeah.
Green's the best. What would you say? White. Ooh, red.
Well, I think Yoda was
Because
being...
most Jedi have the blue one.
He was like
Few
kind
Jedi
of trying to
have the
trick
green.
Luke,
But then
because he
Mace Windu
figures,
has
you
the
know,
Periwinkle.
how will Luke react to this little green dude, you know, attacking all his stuff? Will he handle it a Jedi
Doesn't
way
sound as
and
tough,
being
though.
calm and being nice, or will he handle it by lashing out? And it was kind of like his
Periwinkle.
first test of Luke. And I think he's just beating R2 for
Samuel L.
fun.
Jackson just demanded of George Lucas, I've just got to have this Periwinkle saber.
You know, that sounds like R2. Yep, totally.
Yeah, the green one was, so it would show up in the sky, but the main reason was because they wanted the awesomest color.
Yeah.
R2
That's
knows
true.
all.
It's like the episode of Clone Wars that my dad and I were watching recently. I forget what it's called, but R2 and C-3PO go out to buy
Dark side
Yogans for the
spinning.
party, and then Cad Bane catches C-3PO and he doesn't have anything like about anything, and then they capture R2 and he has all the information on everything because Anakin forgot to wipe out his memory.
And they never did wipe out his memory.
Nope.
It's red.
I remember that episode. It was with Goldie.
No.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
like
think
that
so.
arc. Yeah, that arc. Because remember he was captured, and then the next
I
episode,
don't remember the arc.
Goldie. Like that arc was the one with Goldie.
Yeah, I don't remember the arc, but
I can accept Periwinkle, and I have. But this blood orange business needs to stop.
Green.
Needs to end.
I like
This is madness.
white or red.
I'd say green or white.
What? I've just got... Oh, it's on the notes. Okay, it's on the notes. Sorry, I was looking on Skype.
Because he's special.
He's a special bean. Huh? No.
I want one of those.
I always love the story behind that because it's just like because everyone tries to come up with a meaning for all the lightsaber colors.
very
Like
happy.
green only started because they needed it to stand out against the blue sky,
Sick.
and then purple they just had because Samuel Jackson he's like, nope, I'm purple, I'm special.
So for everyone listening, it's an animated picture of Ezra wearing a Lothcat full suit, and then he's drinking a coffee that says "Number 1 Cat" on it. And he doesn't look very happy. It's very sad.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like red. I like dark side.
So
I've got to get these suits.
what color would you call Kylo Ren's lightsaber?
Red. Beautiful red.
Because I've seen people call it
And then we can wear them every time.
blood orange.
Blood. Oh,
We can
no.
suit up. Yes.
It's red.
But I mean, yeah. But in some shots, like I can kind of see like where they're getting like the blood orange from. It's like in some like promo pictures too. Like it does kind of look like a blood orange. You know?
Mm. Mm. No.
Sweet suit. That's a sweet suit.
I put a picture of Ezra in a Lothcat suit on the notes. It's so beautiful. I want it.
Red. Why do you have to
See, I mean,
blood orange? Get over yourself.
It's so beautiful and I want it. I want
red.
one.
I mean, like that doesn't look like just a little bit orange to you.
Red.
What? No.
I just sent a picture on Skype. Like it's not even a little bit orange.
No. But he's the number 1 cat, so it's okay.
This is the debate that's going to split fandom. It's crazy.
Yeah. But
Oh my god.
no.
Hey, I'm gonna have to.
I love his feet.
Fails.
They're like socks.
How long does your podcast normally go
It's-
for?
I want to make that now.
We'll get Axel to make them for
2
us.
hours
It'll
and
be
6
official Star Wars Geek Girl love cat suits.
Yeah, that's how we'll make nice profit. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're a
Oh,
guest,
this
you
episode.
get one. As a
And
present.
also it's like I don't know if you guys listen to the podcast Lattes with Leia. They always have like they're drinking some kind of coffee
I appreciate
and they always describe their drink. We could always wear that suit and all the time describe how it is because it looks amazing.
I was
I
Steele.
want it so bad.
Listen to my show Steel Wars as well. That'd be cool. I'm at
It
Steele
doesn't look
Wars
blood
on
orange,
Twitter and
Zoe.
social media.
It
No,
looks
it doesn't
like
even look a little bit orange.
ARS, and on this Tuesday's
not
episode,
really.
I have Neum Num. Neum Num's going to be on the podcast. Mike Quinn, the guy that played Neum
Okay.
Num in Return
Like
of
a
the
reddish
Jedi
orange, a
and
blood
Force
orange.
Awakens and The Last Jedi. Yeah.
Periwinkle.
Ah.
See, even like blood orange.
I thought you were going
like
to
the
say
fruit,
you can't
it's
watch
extremely
it.
red
Got
though.
an argument with someone whether his flight suit was red or blood orange.
No, it's blood orange.
It's pretty red.
Actually,
It's
the
like-
inside of it always felt like a really dark reddish periwinkle, not purple. Periwinkle.
I mean, it's red.
Bye. Oh, I can click.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I've clicked.
Oh,
Normally about an hour. How long have we been going? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this could be a good time to cut it off. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Steele, for being on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. I was Zoe.
I was Lizzy.
So, thank you. Yeah. Steele, where can we find you?
Huh.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't look at Nia Num the same anymore because of bad lip reading. So I don't know.
Okay, in The Force
Okay.
Awakens, their suits are blood orange.
True.
I'm just saying.
True.
Those, at least, are blood orange.
My mom has one of the costumes, so we'll have to dye that thing.
Blood orange.
Blood.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, thank you for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. Make sure you check out Steele's podcast, and may the Force be with you, and goodbye.
Bye.
I don't have anything to click.
You don't have to click.
I know, I don't get the click.